Hi guys, I'm Sammy and I am a dietitian helping out with the Kokoda Challenge. I'm going to be undertaking the challenge in July myself, and I'm just here to give you a few tips on how to prepare yourself with your nutrition and hydration for your training and on the challenge day. The most important thing you can do is really practice and prepare. Your nutrition can really make or break if you're going to finish the challenge or not, and every time you're out on the trails, if you can try new things and see what your body adapts to well, what sits well in your stomach and what fuels your training and your runs and your hikes is going to really help you out. Your individual nutrition and hydration needs are going to be determined by things such as which event you're doing, if you're doing a shorter event or the really long Kokoda Challenge events, how much training you're doing in the week, if you have any particular dietary requirements for yourself, and just your personal preferences when it comes to if you like things like sweet or savoury and what kind of things you like to drink. So a few things that you need to think about are firstly going to be overall energy requirements. For things that are high intensity, carbohydrates are going to be your main source of fuel, and you're going to get those from things like pasta and rice, fruit, bread, cereals and things like that. There's also a lot of different products on the market at the moment, such as energy bars, gels and chews, which are really helpful and easy to have in your pack when you're out on the trails or on the course. And the next thing you're going to want to think about is also protein for recovery and repair of your muscles. So we get protein in foods like lean meats, fish, eggs, dairy, our vegetarian-based foods like lentils and legumes, and soy-based foods like tofu. And also you really want to make sure that you're fronting up to the Kokoda Challenge start line as healthy as you can. So your base diet in the lead up is going to be really important, getting lots of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, fibre from things like fruit and vegetables, whole grains and nuts and seeds and healthy fats. Another thing that's really important to consider is your hydration. So it's really important to start all of your training sessions and the Kokoda Challenge itself well hydrated. In the lead up to training sessions and the event, making sure that you're having a lot of water the day before and the morning of is really important. So even just having a glass of water with all your meals and snacks is a great way to remember to get that hydration in. It's also important to make sure at the end of your training and the challenge that you've had enough hydration throughout, and the way you can check this is by either weighing yourself before and after to see if you've been drinking enough water throughout. If you weigh a lot less after your training or after the challenge than when you started, it means that you probably have lost quite a bit of fluid and you really need to get a bit more water in. Another way to check that you're well hydrated before going out for a hike or a run is to check the colour of your urine and make sure that it is clear or pale yellow rather than really dark. If it is really dark, it's time to get a little bit more water in, so you can either have some water or other fluids such as milk or a carbohydrate-based fluid like a Gatorade powder made into a drink is another way to help you get your water and electrolytes up. Next, you're going to want to plan what you're going to eat in the days leading into the Kokoda Challenge and on the morning of the challenge. So everyone's preferences for this are going to be different. If you are going to be running a lot of the challenge or walking at a more high intensity, you're going to want to have a lot of fuel and a lot of carbohydrates in your body ready to undertake that exercise. In this case, especially if you're doing one of the really long events, carbohydrate loading might be a tactic that works for you. And this is essentially where in the days leading up to the challenge, you eat a lot of high carbohydrate foods to really stock up your energy stores. If this is something that you're looking to try, I would recommend seeing a dietitian to help you organise a plan to work for you. For people though that might be going at a bit of a slower pace, you can also rely on energy from fat. If you're doing a lot of walking, and you're also going to be able to probably eat bigger meals along the way because your digestion will be able to keep up and you won't have as much stomach issues. So this is a pro for you guys. On the morning of the challenge, it's important to have something carbohydrate rich that your body is used to digesting. So this might be a bowl of porridge, a bowl of cereal with fruit, a toasted sandwich or something along the lines of those. If you're someone who gets really nervous or knows that you're going to struggle to digest a meal properly before the event, a liquid-based meal like a fruit smoothie might be something that works better for you. Alright, next what you're going to want to do is really prepare yourself well for the meals and snacks that you're going to have on the day of the Kokoda Challenge. And hopefully these will be lots of things that you've been able to practice with previous in your training, so you really know what works for you, what you can fit in your pack, what you're going to have at your fuel stations where you're supported by your team, whether you can have a bigger meal there and what you can re-put in your pack for your hydration and your fuel. If you're undertaking the challenge at a higher intensity and trying to run a lot of the way, it's going to be more beneficial for you to be eating a lot of high energy carbohydrate foods that are lower in fibre and fat, so that they're more easily digested and you're less likely to have stomach issues. If you are going at a bit of a slower pace and you're having more time to rest, you're going to be able to luckily digest bigger meals and solid foods a little bit better. So that's something to really consider depending how fast you think you're going to be going. You're really going to also want to be practicing your hydration and how much water to have in between fuel stations, so that you know how much hydration you've got and then how much you're going to need your support crew to bring along to rehydrate yourself at the stations and refill your hydration packs. And the final thing you're really going to want to think about, both for after training sessions and after the Kokoda Challenge itself, is your recovery, nutrition and hydration. So you're really going to want to replenish your energy stores with carbohydrates, recover your muscles with lots of protein, and make sure you're really replenishing your hydration with electrolytes and fluid. So a few ideas for meals this might be like a pasta dish with some lean meat and lots of veggies. Chalky milk is a good one. You're going to get your carbohydrates, your protein and your fluids all together in one. That's a really popular option. Might be something like a chicken and cheese wrap with some veggies and lots of water. So I hope that these nutrition and hydration tips have given you a few things to think about and implement into your preparation plan for the Kokoda Challenge this year. If you are needing any further individual help at all to help you get to the start line in the best health and fitness possible, you're more than welcome to book in and see me at PhysioFit in Southport, or if you're not on the Gold Coast, we can organise an online consultation. I look forward to meeting you all out on the trails, and good luck.